why you are leaning towards women, because you see the change in society and you know that your only safe haven is women. That's your only safe haven. So now they're taking an interest in siding with women, but they not really siding with women, and you can hear it if you let them talk enough. You can hear it and you can see it if you let them talk enough. It let me know yesterday when I said what I said about the music industry and them continuing to feed men sexual images, continuing to tease men through the use of people like Cardi B, Sexy Red. He instantly went into defense. It's not the women that's doing this, it's more men see, that let me know it's straight pandering. This is straight pandering. I would argue it's the futures it ain't the futures, and it ain't the Sexy Reds. They don't own the music industry. But we know you cannot deny the sexual nature of a man. And we're trying to bully men for going overseas, right? As if you don't know why they're going overseas. You're trying to reason with them, and you're a man yourself. You know men are selfish. You know this. But you're leaving out that part of the equation that gives a full understanding as to why men see marriage the way they see it and don't want to label it slavery. Let's be real about the nature of a man, and let's be real about how marriage was for men, and now how everybody is pulling the rug from under men and they're panicking like you panicking, which is the reason why you got to hurry up and take women's side. You know why men are going overseas. Who helped him? Who helped him change his mind? And why did he change his mind? You have to ask yourself, why did you change your mind? It ain't because you give a fuck about women. You ain't changed your mind based on no moral compass. That's not the nature of a man. It's not the nature of a man. Why did you change your mind? Because you see that women are waking up and you are afraid for your own survival. And you know that the safe haven is women. The safe haven has always been women. And these women are so desperate to believe that men are capable. The women are so desperate to believe that men are capable, they just want to see a man agree with them. They just want to see a man regurgitate they shit, and they ready to pull their damn pants down. They ready to hop on the bandwagon. It's so easy for men to come up because all they have to do is tell women what they want to hear. They don't have to actually be it. They don't actually have to believe it. They don't actually have to embody it. All they gotta do is tell a woman what she wanna hear, and she ride or die. That's because these women, no matter how much I talk and tell them, they do not understand the nature of a man. They really think that they can change men, and they look for confirmation bias to feed their hope that they're going to find a man that's real. This is how they fall for the okey doke. No, you don't have to believe that some can be helped. Baby, you got a matter of 5 years from 0 to 5 to make your biggest impact on a male child. You ain't gonna do shit when a male Peter Whacker get hard. And damn sure not when he get him a piece of something. You out of there. What you think you gonna tell a male after he then stuck himself inside of a woman? What you think you how do you really believe in your mind that you have some type of impact over a male who is faced with uncontrollable desires? How you really think that? You don't have no Peter Weapon. You don't have testosterone flooding your body. You don't have to believe in delusions. You don't have to believe in fairy tales just because you got a son. When your son, Peter Whacker, get hard and he start fantasizing of what the hell you gonna do, nothing. And you don't know the pressures on men externally in this society for you to have blind hope. That ain't your job. No other animal in nature does what the human woman does. When your son get around other men and he's inducted into this pecking order, what your woman mind gonna do? What your female mind gonna reason with a male who is amongst his peers having to prove himself through the natural pecking order of man? What you gonna do? Nothing. Nothing. You ain't got that kind of power, baby. So you don't have to believe that some of them can be saved because you don't have the power to save them. Boys will be boys is not because of some societal rule that just lets males escape and they don't try. That's not what that means. Boys will be boys is based on the fact that you cannot change the nature of a male, and that's just the way it is no matter what you do. No matter what you do, the nature of the male is that. Always remember that it was Galileo who said, you can't teach a man anything. It was Galileo now. Amongst the philosophers like Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, Galileo was in that bunch right there. And Galileo said, you can't teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself. Most males cannot even be guided to look within. The only thing that you can do is help him find it within himself, and ain't no man finna listen to no woman. No man is finna listen to no woman. You can't help guide the male on shit. That's just facts. But for some reason, you think your peach cobbler hole is enough to make a man change. Well, unfortunately, if you the mother, you don't get that option to flex. You don't get that option to flex. So now, what you think that you gonna do? Cause you his mama? You his mama? Baby, you being his mama gives him access to manipulate you and to convince you to help him with his survival. You being his mama actually encourages you to coddle him as opposed to actually help him stand on his own as a man because you don't have the knowledge. So exactly what can you do as a mother for your son? Not nothing. You got between the ages of 0 and 5 to instill some good qualities. Once testosterone hit, baby, you're done. That's the reason why in movie night, we're gonna watch 300. Next movie night, I think we're gonna watch 300 because I need you to see how the men went and snatched the boys away from the mothers, and the mother was like, "Oh, my son, my son, let him go, let him go, let him go." Understand the scope of the problem, right? See, men are not, they are not smart. Because like I showed you with Scott Galloway, like I showed, oh yeah, of course I got to talk to Cat Williams. That's a given. That's a given. I got to talk to Cat Williams. I'm going to talk to Cat Williams. Because y'all know I don't put my stamp on no, man, it take hell. It take an act of God for me to put my stamp on any man. I put my stamp on Cat Williams. I put my stamp on Cat Williams. That's my guy there. He get a queen maker stamp. And guess what, Princess? Queen maker don't give out them stamps. It's a limited supply. It's a limited supply. Right? He get one of them. He get 1 out of 5. I ain't got but 5 stamps to give men. 5. Cat Williams got 1 of them. Yeah. But men are not smart. They're so caught up in their survival that everything that they think of goes back to that. So y'all out here talking about males unaliving themselves. You've created a whole medical industry designed to prolong their lives. But then you talk about the rise of single lonely men and the fact that the males need more sex. And what does sex produce? More babies. 50%, there's 50-50 chance of having a male child versus a female child. But you also don't want to make it seem like you're trying to take women's rights away. So it all circles back to behaving the way that you behave to create the problem. The answer to the problem is not what created the problem. But that's where men's logic goes, because they don't want to come to the conclusion that's being shown to them. I don't understand why you have a logical, a bunch of information, and the conclusion that you draw, instead of it being a logical, rational conclusion that goes straight to the point, you start seeing what the conclusion is, and you start drawing that line, and then you start taking detours, and you end up right back here. This is what the man do. He starts to talk about the problem, And he sees the fucking solution to the problem. But the solution ain't in his favor because his favor is self-interest and survival. So once he realizes that survival might not be accessible or capable with this logical conclusion, let's just dance around that. No, that can't be it, and let's go back to the beginning. They don't want to be real. They don't want to be real. They don't want to be real. My ride will be here in 7 minutos. What's the weather outside today? I think I know I'm gonna need my jacket. Thank you. I like honestly, I like wearing shit that covers me up. I like looking cool. I'm just laid back. I'm laid back, and I love the fact that I don't have to perform for nobody. I don't have to perform. I don't have to look a certain way. Yes, it's gonna be filmed. Oh, it's gonna be filmed. It's gonna be out there. I used to have a 6-pack and never dressed like a hoe for men to look at me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want male attention. I don't need their attention. Right? I just